Hello, one and all. Miss Grund here, full-face Ninja Turtle toque. Oh, yeah. Okay, we really busted our way through Romeo and Juliet today, so I wanted to be able to give a little bit of a chit-chat on that, especially for the couple people that missed the class. So because of the changes that are going to be happening, where I have half of you lovely humans with me on Thursday and the other half Friday, I wanted to be able to push through Romeo and Juliet all together so that nobody was left at home being like, hi, hither, whether, what's happening? So we read through it. Miss Kennedy took notes, and that should be in should be on the website for you to take a peek at, but let's see if we can look. We learned a lot about the characters. Romeo and Juliet are still like super duper dramatic. Oh my goodness. We looked at, let's see, what happened. So they get hitched, Romeo and Juliet, and then Mercutio and Tybalt, they're in the street and they're like, I hate you, no, I hate you, meh. And they get into a fight, and then Romeo's like, no, and he goes in between them, and then Tybalt's like, ah, and then Mercutio's like, blah, 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 plague on both your houses, I hate everybody, die, and then he dies, and then Romeo's like, no, why was I so dumb? I should not have asked for them to be peaceful. I should have just, killed people or whatever. And so he runs after Tybalt, and he's like, Tybalt, ching, 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 and then Tybalt dies, and where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. See where that comes in? And so we looked at this idea of toxic masculinity and how our culture, even still today, just obsessed with fighting and needing this idea that strength comes in ability to fist and cuff and all that jazz. And we looked at Romeo's language, and all the time he's like effeminate and he uses the feminine as weak and bad. And it's just such a load of hooey, and it's still in our culture today, and it's still a load of hooey. And so basically you've got all of these unhealthy people with unhealthy emotions, not like those emotions are totally having them. They're not learning how to deal with them and live with these emotions as a part of their life. So that's not feminine or masculine. That's just not untaught. Is that a word? Never been taught how to enter life in their emotions, as opposed to just, stabbing people in this play. So then what happens? Everybody's all sad and mad, and the Montagues are like, well, Tybalt killed Mercutio, so of course Romeo should have killed Tybalt. And then the Capulets like, no way, Romeo killed Tybalt, Romeo must die. And then the prince is like, listen, y'all, I'm the boss. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen is Romeo is banished. He's got to go to Mantua and can never come back. If he comes back, but if he stays in Mantua, then that's fine. And then Lady Capulet and them are like, no, we're going to kill him anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, and then the nurse goes to talk to Juliet, and then Juliet's like, oh, Heather, how there to, nurse, how are you? And the nurse is like, oh, they died. And she's like, who died? Oh, God. And she discovers that Tybalt died and Romeo killed him, and the huge emotions happen. And then the Capulets turn out to be super crappy parents, and the dad's like, we're going to make her marry Paris. And the mom's like, yeah. And so they go tell Juliet, dramatic irony, none of them know, but the audience does, that Juliet's already hitched. What? I know. And so they're like, you're going to marry him. And she's like, no, thanks for looking out for me, but no, I'm not. And then the dad's like, I would rather you be dead on the street than, so that was nice, than not marry him. So you're marrying him. And the mom was like, oh, don't be so mean. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, no, too bad, marry him, or else, because Juliet's like, I'm going to end my life if I have to marry him. And then the mom's like, fine, do that, or else, marry him, whatever, bye. And the nurse shows love for Juliet by saying, I really think that, Romeo was banished, and I think it's best if you marry Paris. But she's saying it from a place of love and not from an egomaniac, angry, really crappy parent spot. And the nurse is a fabulous human. Really, I think the healthiest people in this book are the nurse and maybe Friar Lawrence, kind of, and Benvolio, absolutely. Benvolio is that Prince of Peace in this here. He's the real strength, the strong one. Anyway, she's like, what am I going to do? She pretends that she's going to marry Paris, but she goes and talks to Friar Lawrence, and Friar Lawrence gives her this goblet of stuff to drink, and it's gonna make it seem like she's dead if she drinks it. And then the plan is she'll get buried in the family tomb thinger, and then he's going to send a letter. Ooh, what could go wrong there? I just don't know. Friar Lawrence is going to send a letter to Romeo to let him know of what the plan, and how he's supposed to go to the tomb to collect Juliet once she has awoken after drinking this poison. And so that where we stopped, Juliet was like, should I drink it? No, I shouldn't drink it. Well, what if Friar Lawrence is actually just trying to kill me because he doesn't want to see us as an accomplice in this? Or what if I drink it and I wake up too early and then I take Tybalt's arm and beat his bone from his dead arm and beat myself to death? So that was weird. And then anyway, she ends up drinking it, and that's where we ended off. So please do take a look, listen, look at Mrs. Kennedy's notes, listen. I'll put the audio on from the BBC of what we're listening to for Romeo and Juliet. Follow along so that you're all caught up, and then you'll be getting a length of time to start working on your storyboards and your letters. Tomorrow we finish Romeo and Juliet. We watch the rest of that video, and bada boom, bada bing. This is the last little bit of good old Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, oh Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? I'm in the bathroom out of toilet paper, Juliet. That is my dad's version of the story. So good times. All right, peace.